Hey everyone, Amari Records here, and today it's time that we discuss the MVPs of 2024 and the four rappers that I believe are on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop for 2024. Now, as we all know, it's been an absolutely stacked year, so let's just get right into this. But before we start, I just want to make a disclaimer. I got to give a shout out to rappers like Tyler and Eminem. I want to give them a shout out because while, yeah, I agree, they dropped some of the best projects of this year and they had a huge impact, they weren't like consistently dropping throughout the year and keeping their names in conversation. Like they each had their moment throughout the year, but it wasn't the same type, or it was just this continued conversation because they stayed active, which is why the four that I'm going to be speaking about today are on this Mount Rushmore. Now, with that being said, you're going to see some people that I don't necessarily think dropped better projects or are like better technically or better rappers or artists overall. These are just the four rappers that I believe had the most dominant year and who really made 2024 what it was. Obviously, yes, Tyler, Eminem, Lupe, Peggy, like they all had these year-defining albums drop, and albums we're going to look back on and think, oh wow, that was an incredible release. They really made a big impact this year, but it's not in the same continued way that these four rappers did. And with that being said, let's just get right into it. Coming up first, I think the undisputed MVP. Let's just get him out the way because it's no surprise here. It's Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar. He won the most impactful rap feud arguably of all time. And is it really a surprise that I've got him as the MVP? He eased us into this year doing the Chanel Haute Couture, previewing a couple Lucy's. But as we all know, March 22nd, everything changed when we got the Like That verse. And from there, pure dominance was witnessed. Euphoria, 616 in LA, Meet the Grahams and Not Like Us all dropping within a week. Excuse me? What the fuck? And then Kendrick obviously taking the dub in that rap feud, which was just a marvel to witness. I'm so grateful that I got to experience that live in real time, like being there when everything dropped. Just, oh my god, an incredible moment. And then after the rap battle ends, we get the pop-out concert, the Not Like Us video, Watch the Party Die, and a Super Bowl headliner announcement. And then the cherry on top, just in case anybody had any doubts about him being the MVP, we get GNX, Album of the Year contender. Is it my Album of the Year? You'll find out in another episode, but I don't think there's anyone who had a better year than Kendrick. Don't try to convince me because like nobody had the dominance he had culturally and like just on a mainstream level within the charts. It was an insane year to witness. Just all props to Kendrick. Kendrick, congratulations on this year. You deserve it. You are the fucking GOAT. I think there's no debate that anyone can make right now. You are the greatest rapper. Yeah. There's nothing else that could be said. Just look at the fucking year. Look at the facts. Look at the releases. Look at the W. Enough said. Right, so that's number one on my Mount Rushmore. Now from here, it's kind of like you can put it in any order except for who I'd have as the runner-up, because they're very close to Kendrick in my opinion, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm going to save him till last. But next up, who I want to talk about, the next person on the Mount Rushmore, is none other than Future. 3 projects in 1 year. What the actual fuck? Is it 2015 Future or 2024 Future? Because I feel like it's the same Future. We finally got the Metro collab album, and not only did we get the 1, we got fucking 2. Each boasting a collection of standout features, and of course, We Don't Trust You being the lighter to the gas that truly ignited the beef. And the impact of We Don't Trust You, and We Still Don't Trust You cannot be understated. Not only for what they led to, but also for the fact we got all-time Future tracks, like a We Don't Trust You, like a Cinderella, like a Streets Made Me a King. Just incredible records and performances, even on Like That for Future. He had a great performance. It obviously got overshadowed by Kendrick, as we all know, but his performance, it was great. Energetic, the whistling, incredible. And then we also got Mixtape Pluto, a return to the Southside driven production with a looser and more free feel to the project. It served as a reminder that Future's work ethic is not something to take lightly. He had it all this year. Output and impact alike, nothing more to be said. Future is on the Mount Rushmore for 2024. Now, Future isn't the only guy who had 3 projects in 1 year, because Boldy James also did with a fourth out as I'm recording this video, literally coming out today. That is fucking nuts. Whilst Kendrick and Future held it down for the larger hip-hop landscape, Boldy kept the underground fed with 2 Album of the Year contenders in 7 months. Insanity. Penalty of Leadership kicked off the year with a bang, and Across the Tracks reminded us why we hold Boldy so highly. Both projects highlight Boldy's strengths as an MC, with him vividly recounting different experiences over the course of his life while throwing out memorable quotables throughout. He also had dropped The Brictionary with Harry Fraud last month, and Hidden in Plain Sight today, December 20th. What a crazy year for Boldy. Like, how could you not have this guy on your Mount Rushmore? His consistency and output, top tier. What more could you ask for? And who I feel like had a very underrated year, and is probably, if Kendrick didn't have the year he had, I would have had this person as my MVP. And that is none other than J. Cole. People are sleeping on Cole. And now, I'm going to show you why those who are stupid. Based on the subject matter on tracks last year, like Adonis Interlude and On the Street, it really seemed like Cole was getting ready to drop the fall off this year. And then we started getting the Might Delete Later videos, which further indicated this was going to be the case, as Cole was discussing the fall off by name within these 2 installments. However, as we know, now that we've reached the end of the year, it wasn't the case. We didn't get the fall off. Cole started the year doing some shows with Drake, and on his merch we saw that we still needed to get It's a Boy before the fall off. So it was always a way off, even when the year started. We weren't going to get it this year. And then the Might Delete Later installments, the videos, they ended up leading into the Might Delete Later project, which was a surprise release a week after the Like That verse. It was just a fucking crazy couple weeks. And Might Delete Later is a fantastic mixtape from Cole. I don't want to hear anything about it. You've got cuts like Crocodile Tears, Trey the Truth in Ibiza, Sticks and Stones, Hunts and Wabbits. Phenomenal cuts for Cole. And then obviously the beef happened, but that didn't stop Cole from moving on his own terms this year. We got unbelievable features from him throughout the year, including A Plate of Collard Greens and Ruby Rosary. And of course, the heartwarming Port Antonio, a Lucy dropped, giving his perspective on the beef after it ended, and detailing his position and why he just chose to drop out of it. Which honestly, that's one of my favorite songs of the year, undoubtedly. And if all that wasn't enough, Cole also did the Inevitable podcast, giving us fans insight into pivotal points throughout the first half of his career, be that the search for his first hit or the process involved in making 2014 Forest Hills Drive. A good chunk of these episodes revolved around his early mixtapes, The Come Up, The Warm Up, and Friday Night Lights. With the release of each episode, the corresponding mixtapes were finally brought to streaming services. You didn't understand how long Cole had been trying to get these up. They weren't officially available anywhere for over 10 years. There was just DatPiff, but now DatPiff is basically irrelevant. It doesn't work on your phones anymore. So you really had no official way of listening to them. Then throughout the episodes of this podcast, we also had unreleased music from these points in his career, be that Temptation with Kendrick Lamar, a song from a session with Pharrell, or unreleased No ID collaborations. And of course, Inevitable led up to the 2014 Forest Hills Drive anniversary concert, where in addition to its corresponding podcast episode, we got 8 additional bonus tracks for the album. They were initially cut from the album. And a concert at Madison Square Garden where Cole hinted at a new project coming before April next year. He did not stop this year. You guys don't understand. This guy kept his fans fed. This guy did not stop. Cole moved on his own terms this year, and he kept his fans fed. How could I not put him on this Mount Rushmore? Just quality and consistency throughout the entire year. That alone warrants his spot on my Mount Rushmore for 2024. And with that, that concludes the episode. What do you guys think? Who do you have on your Mount Rushmore? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.